Yo, y'all saying, who is this dude gliding in all close to me like that? It's your boy. How y'all doing this morning? It's time to get it in. Y'all ready? Oh, need to turn this off. Let me see. All right. There we go. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all know the drill, man. Go ahead and comment in the chat where you from. There we go. Let me know the name of the business or brand that you're building, man. Shout yourself out. If you ain't shouting you out, who's shouting you out? It's the question of the day. If you ain't shouting you out, who's shouting you out? Do me a favor, hit the share button, y'all. Your price of admission is to hit the share button. And I'd appreciate that. So I just hit the share button, paid my own price of admission. I paid myself. Negus, what's going on, my friend? Do you share it to the group or should I share it to the group? I know it takes, my computer moves a little slow when I'm doing my live streaming. So if you can share it to the group, that'd be great. Donald, what's going on, my brother? Diamore Catering out of Houston, Texas. I'll be down in the Texas area next month, man. Around Labor Day weekend, Memorial Day weekend, brother. So I'll be in San Antonio and Dallas Fort Worth. All right, cool, good deal, Royce. So let me get set up and let's get ready to start the show. We're a little bit late, but nevertheless, we are here. Better late than never, as they say. Whoever they is. Let me make sure I plug my monitor up so it don't go out on me. Who else do we have in the building this morning? Telling you, if you don't shout you out, I don't know who is. I don't know who is. So let me get my intro music up and running. And you guys know I got the, you guys want to support the show, you can grab the original soundtrack to Talking Money in the Morning for just $1.99, I believe is what it costs. All you gotta do is let me know if that's what you want, and I will inbox you the link to grab that. You guys know I've got books and all that kind of stuff. This is listener supported live streaming, so your support is greatly appreciated in any capacity. I just don't ask for donations. I'd rather sell you a quality product. Cool. All right, so here we go. Let's get ready to get started on the YouTube side of the thing, of the house. Let's officially start the show this morning. There we go. Let's get it, y'all. Good Good morning, Black World, and welcome to Talking Money in the Morning Live with your main man, H. Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the Black community, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, where I do my absolute best to bring practical yet proven wealth-building strategies to working men and women all over this great nation of ours. It's truly an honor, privilege, and a blessing to come to you live and direct from the Black Billionaires Club studios here in St. Louis, Missouri. Listen, guys, it's going down tomorrow. If you're anywhere near the Atlanta, Georgia area, then you absolutely want to check out the Generational Wealth Building Conference. Never before seen anything like this, y'all. How can we, as a people, bring our intellectual capital together under one roof and brainstorm and strategize for one purpose, and that is to build generational wealth? Nobody's doing this, y'all. So go to wealth.joincorteznow.com. Wealth.joincorteznow.com. Get your tickets. You can get a whole weekend pass, or you can buy tickets to the individual events. They got events for the children. They got event for the ladies. They got event for the whole family, man. You're going to learn how to build generational wealth. All you got to do is show up and participate, and then more so take action when you leave. There's a lot of things that go on. You go in there, you get fired up. That energy in the room is phenomenal. But then when you walk out of that place, you got to be willing to take some action, man. And one of the things that they're going to do from this conference is you're going to be connected with some partners, some people who are going to hold you accountable. When you give your word at the Generational Wealth Building Conference, those you're giving your word to, they're going to expect you to stand on it. So when you leave, they're going to call you and say, hey, you talked about forming this LLC with us. What's up? Let's do it. Make sense? So that's what we're doing. So wealth.joincorteznow.com. Do me a huge favor. If you're checking us out on YouTube, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button, man. We are trying to hit that 2,000 subscriber mark. We fell a little short last month, so let's go ahead and bang that thing out this month, y'all. Make sure that you are subscribing to the channel. Looks like we have a good, strong feed this morning. Yesterday, for whatever reason, the feed was a little choppy via the YouTube. But we are at 1,868 subscribers. So do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, man. Even you guys on Facebook, from time to time, man, jump over to YouTube and just go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It's youtube.com/financial health mentor over there as well. Body by Bazelle is already tuning in onto the YouTube feed. So good morning, Queen. Appreciate you. Thank you for, again, that testimony yesterday. It was amazing. So I'm glad you guys are here. And also on the YouTube channel, you guys can comment and interact. I have my monitor up, so anything you comment over there, I can see. So give me a shout out on YouTube. Let me know where you're from, the name of your business and or brand, if you're not tuning in from your brand's YouTube channel like Body by Bazelle is. Another cool little trick, man. If you have a Facebook fan page, you have a YouTube channel for your business, make sure you name your YouTube channel after your business. YouTube by default will put your name in as whatever you set up your Gmail account as, and that will be the name of your YouTube channel. You know you can go and change that, right? You can go and change that to your brand name. So if I go into my Google account for a financial health mentor, it says my first name is Financial Health, my last name is Mentor, but then my channel shows up as Financial Health Mentor. Just a tip, man. So now when you are commenting on other YouTube channels, which you should be doing all the time because that's a way of showing your brand. Pete, what's going on, brother? I'm coming to see you this morning, man. So let me know if you are at the crib or where you at. I gotta come holler at you, bro. So that's just a little trick that you use. So now you comment on other YouTube channels as your YouTube channel. And when Body by Bazelle comments on somebody else's channel in the health and wellness space, they say, wow, that was a good comment, Body by Bazelle. Body by Bazelle, what's that all about? And they click and they go to her channel where she's got all sorts of goodies for them when they come out. See, man, y'all ain't ready. I'm going to say that's Free Business Coaching Friday. My bad. Let's get on to the 10 Forms of Wealth by Dr. Dennis Kimbro. Same thing for you guys on Facebook. Do me that favor. Go ahead and hit the share button. That's your price of admission for hanging out on Talk of Money in the morning. I try to make sure you learn something each and every day. And if you haven't already, hit the like button on the fan page as well, so that you like the page, and make sure you turn on notifications. When you turn on those notifications, when I do my entrepreneurial minute, when I do my lunch and learns, you'll get notified, not just when I go live in the morning. So make sure you like the page and also share this morning's show. So this morning we're talking about 10 forms of wealth. And I got this from my man, Dennis Kimbro, right? So I haven't even cracked the seal on this puppy right here, but I was watching a short video clip, man. Sometimes when I don't have time to read, I pull up some of my favorite authors. I pull up some of my favorite speakers, and I just go to their YouTube channel, man, and start getting some stuff in when I can't get to their book. But I'm excited to get into this one. This is The Wealth Choice. I'll be honest with y'all. When I ordered this book, I had no idea it was this thick. You know, I like little short reads, man, but this is good stuff, good power-packed stuff from Dr. Dennis Kimbro. But I was checking out a short video clip, and he was going over the 10 forms of wealth, so I thought I'd share those with you. Reginald Brown, Brother Youth Bond, said, I love this platform. Appreciate that, Reginald. Thank you so much, my friend. Rashawn, good morning. Before we get the show kicked off, let me see who else we have in the building. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. Today's show is also brought to you by me, guys. This is listener-supported content. So the way you support me is I don't ask for donations like some listener-supported radio shows and stuff like that. I just ask for you to purchase good quality products from me, and I'm going to take the profits from these products, and I'm going to continue to grow and develop the show. So if you go to books.financialhealthmentor.com, someone will put that in the comments for me, books.financialhealthmentor.com, you can grab both copies of my book and a 1-month subscription to Monetize My Life Academy, and a free coaching session with me, $37. The bundles start at $37, but they go up to $97 based on how much coaching time you need, and more time in the Monetize My Life Academy, which is the branding and marketing school. So if you have a business and you're not in Monetize My Life Academy, then chances are you're trying to figure out how to brand and build your business on your own. I got all the courses for you. I got all the webinars for you. I bring subject matter experts in. You can ask me questions on branding at any time. And a lot of times I'll do a video response to help you understand how to get over the hump with your branding and marketing. I send out a new course to my subscribers every 2 weeks or so. I'm sending them a new course on something that's going to help them build and grow their brand. So you might want to subscribe, but you do that by going to books.financialhealthmentor.com. Grab both copies of the book. They will change your life if you read and implement the strategies. So let's get into it, man. 10 forms of wealth. Bob Crane, the Alphabet Man, is in the building. Brother's got more letters behind his name because he's certified in almost everything when it comes to the financial services industry. I appreciate you. Rashawn says, Dennis Kimbro is the truth. Good morning, Rashawn. Donovan King is in the building. King Enterprises. Y'all better start dropping the names of y'all brand, man. I'm just dropping them because I know them. But you want other people to see the name of your brand, like my girl, Angelic, Divine DNA LLC, realtor in Miami, Narcotics LLC, tuning in. Okay, I got it. Took me a minute, but threw me off a little bit. Future Leaders LLC is in the building. Also, Dia Moore Catering is in the building as well. Please put up a link on here to the books. I do have a link. Somebody just put the link. My girl Kadira Muhammad just put the link, books.financialhealthmentor.com. I know, Kadira, you're working on your brand. So when you get it all squared away, start dropping your brand, man. People got to know. If you're not shouting you out, who's shouting you out, right? It says Narcotics Clothing LLC is a lifestyle brand. All right. Good deal. So let's get into these 10 forms of wealth. Reginald said, this is my first time on. Well, Reginald, if you are building a brand or a business of any kind, even if it's in development and not all the way, if you got something, man, no links, DeVars, narcotics. So we don't do links because that gets messy. But give them the name of your brand without the link. A little bit of a tagline. No links. We don't do links this morning, but I appreciate that. And if you're a first time, let me know if it's your first time on as well. So yeah, let me know, Reginald, if you've got a business or brand that you are promoting, so we can give you that business shout out. You never know who needs to connect with you. So you guys notice we're talking about the 10 forms of wealth, and guess what? Money is not number one. Just so y'all know. All right. And this is according to my man, Dr. Dennis Kimbro. Number one is knowledge. Number one is knowledge. There's Kadira's brand, TKE Media House, the Midwest's best digital marketing agency. I like that. All right. So knowledge is the first form of wealth. Comes before money, because nothing that you earn money from, you can earn money from without knowledge. Wealth is a mindset. We talked about this on yesterday's show when we did the 5 critical components to developing a wealthy mindset. If you do not have a wealthy mindset, you're not making no money. So knowledge is the number one form of wealth. You guys agree? Knowledge is the number one form of wealth. In fact, everything that has ever been created that has made any money was created first in the mind, then on paper, then in reality. So you got to understand that you guys are all investing in your knowledge base today when you tune in to Talking Money in the Morning Live. Knowledge is the first form of wealth, man. Everything that generates any other form of wealth comes from your knowledge base, right? Second form of wealth, and the reason that a lot of people can't turn their knowledge into money is because they're missing the second form of wealth. What is the second form of wealth? The second form of wealth is your work habits. The reason that you got some people who know everything, but they're broke as a joke, because the one thing they don't know is how to adopt a solid work habit. They have all of this knowledge up here. You can go ask some people, and I used to be this guy. I'm telling y'all, I was the guy who sought knowledge for the sake of seeking knowledge. I sought knowledge for the sake of people being able to ask me something, and I prided myself on knowing a little bit about everything. And you guys know, those of you who have been following the show for a long time, you know that I talk about almost everything. I know a little bit, just enough about everything to be dangerous, right? But I had to understand that in order to convert what I know into income streams, I had to develop a strong work habit. That is form of wealth number 2. A strong work habit. What is your work ethic like? The marketplace rewards, pays superior awards to a superior work ethic, a superior work habit. It always pays off, man. One of the things that I tell my children every time I drop them off, you guys know I'm a youth basketball coach. My youngest 2 who still live in the house are basketball players. One of the things that I always instill in them when I drop them off at practice before a game, it never fails. My last words to them are this: don't let anybody outwork you. You know why? Because that's really the only thing that you can control. You can't control how other people receive your hard work. You can't control how that hard work is going to affect the game. You can't control how if your hard work is going to be appreciated. The only thing you can control is how hard you work. And my sons are they are small, short in size, big in heart, right? In fact, I was in Middle Missouri. My son had a one of his first college workouts yesterday. Did really well. One of the best kids on the court. But the only thing you can control is how hard you work. My question today is, when you acquire that knowledge, that expertise, Bob Crane is a good example of that. He didn't go get all of these certifications for the purpose of just having these. No, he's taking what he's learned in those certification processes, and he's working extremely hard. Brothers all over the country all the time, just putting that axe to the grind, right? How hard you work is a form of wealth. How effective are you and how efficient are you? That's a form of wealth that most people are missing. Number 3 is money, right? Multiple streams of income, a form of wealth. But let me help you with the myth of multiple streams of income, because a lot of people get this confused. Cortez, all wealthy people have 7 streams of income at least, so I'm trying to be like them and have 7 streams of income. Let me help you with something. All wealthy people do have 7 streams of income, but none of them built all 7 streams at the same time. I want y'all to hear that, man, because some of y'all are excited about this, and then this shiny object pops over here, so you get involved in that, and you're doing a bunch of little things trying to create streams, and what you end up with is multiple puddles. And you guys know what happens to puddles when the sun sits on them too long, right? They dry up and evaporate. You can't get any traction going over here, so you quit this thing and then you jump over here. Can't get anything going over there, so you quit this and you jump on. No, the way wealthy people create their 7 streams, their 8 streams, their 9 streams is by focusing on one stream first. And they get that one stream built so big and it's so robust that it flows like the mighty Mississippi River. And when that stream flows like the mighty Mississippi River, then they can divert their attention and create another stream. The other thing you have to realize is that that second stream, 80% of the time, comes from the first stream. They find another product or service that they can sell to the same people who are buying their first product and service, and they're very related. The products are congruent. They're interdependent. Right? Think about Apple, iPhone, iPad, MacBook, iPod. All of these things are interdependent. So they created all of these things from the one stream. So yes, money and multiple streams is a form of wealth, but you got to understand how that whole thing comes to be, right? Lakeisha's Jewelry in the building. A paparazzi independent consultant out of Las Vegas. AV Knows, Park Bar, and Life Mentoring is also in the building. So you got to, stop. Reginald said, I'm stepping on toes over there on YouTube, man. Yeah, it's the shiny object syndrome. No, I was that way, Reginald. I realized that I didn't only have to take and put some things on the back burner, bro. I had so many things on the stove. I had to take some of those things off the stove altogether. Some things I had to take off the stove and out of the kitchen because I was so scatterbrained. But now I focus on one of my passions, built a financial education franchise to the top of my company's organization's compensation plan. And now that stream is probably about 6 months from flowing on its own, meaning when I take my hands off, there's nothing I can do to stop it. So in the next 6 months, that thing will be flowing like the mighty Mississippi River. Then I can take my hands off of it. Then I can focus on something else that is related. William, what's going on? He says, sorry, I'm late. Good morning, good people. No need to apologize, man. Glad you're here. So that's kind of what you have to do. Get those streams actually flowing to where you take your hands off. A lot of times we get the streams flowing, but then when we take our hands off, they dry up, and we think that we can do that and let it dry up a little bit and go over here and start this. No, keep pouring into that thing. Keep investing into that thing. Keep going until that thing runs so effectively and efficiently that when I take my hands off, not only does it keep going, but it keeps growing. Did y'all catch that? You have a stream. You know you have a stream when you take your hands off, and not only does it keep going, but it keeps growing. That's how you identify whether or not you have a stream. If you take your hands off and it starts to dry up, it starts to dwindle down, then that's not a solid stream. You got to keep working, keep churning, keep putting in the efforts, keep making those investments, keep doing whatever it is that you were doing to get it to that side. You got to keep doing it. And then you take your hands off and you say, man, when I looked at my business, I did not do anything in my business for the last 30 days and it grew by 15%. That's a stream. That's a stream. Right now, my business grows, but it's up and down. I take my hands off. 1 month it grows, then the next month it goes down. So I've got to keep investing, keep pouring into it until when I take my hands off, month after month after month after month, I'm seeing positive growth. That's a stream. That's a stream. Number 4. Tony Nicholas is my first time viewer. Appreciate you, Tony. Hopefully you get something out of today's show. Do me a favor. If this is your first time, let me know. I know we have Reginald Brown, first time on YouTube. We got Tony Nicholas, first time on Facebook. So I appreciate that when you guys let me know it's your first time. Any other first time listeners or viewers out there, go ahead and drop me a quick comment. And do me a favor. Make sure you share the stream to your followers, man. Chances are, Tony, if you're looking for this, other people on your timeline are looking for some good information to start their day with. Archie Ferguson, also first time. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Lovely Zai or Zai, might be Zai, first time as well. Appreciate that, Queen. Glad to have you. Again, hit the share button for me. And if you're first time, don't be shy. We like interaction on this show, right? So the fourth form of wealth. A lot of first timers. Anthony Sims says first time listening. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you for joining us this morning. We're here Tuesday through Friday. Sheila, first time listener. Tuesday through Friday, we are here 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. or should I say 7-ish, right? Sometimes we don't start at 7, but we're around 7-ish, 7:05, 7:08. We're here in the building trying to help you fix your mindset so it becomes a magnet for wealth, right? Number 4. So the first 3 forms of wealth is knowledge, work habits, money is number 3. So knowledge, number 1. Number 2, your work habits. Number 3 is money. Number 4, you guys hear it said all the time, your net worth is your net worth. So number 4 is your contacts. What is your network like? What is your network like? Who are you in contact with? And do your contacts grow every day? That's something that should be constantly growing. The reason my net worth grows every day is because my network grows every day. Oh, some of y'all gonna catch that. Some of y'all gonna catch that. Listen, my net worth, I'm talking about my actual net worth, grows every day. And the reason it grows every day is because my network grows every day. I'm constantly meeting new people. And I do this on purpose, y'all, because I don't know it all. but we are all 6 degrees of separation from somebody who knows what we're seeking, somebody who knows what we're looking for. So you got to be constantly meeting new people all the time. Social media is great for this. You just have to put them through some filters, but I might meet 20 new people on social media today to find one gem who actually becomes part of my network. All right, she said, I'm learning that in my work communications class, networking. Yeah, it's you got to meet new people every day. And everybody you meet doesn't become part of your network. But if you're not meeting new people, you can't filter. You can't start to understand whether or not this person is a good fit for your network. Now, some people, based on our initial interactions, become part of my network immediately. Other people, there might be more of a courting process. And I might not be a good fit for them right away. They might not be a good fit for me right away, but we continue to work. I continue to see what they're doing. They continue to see what I'm doing. I say, hey, you know what? We need to link up. I agree. So your contacts is form of wealth number 4. Are you connecting with the right people? Now, just as you are to be meeting new people every day, you need to also be walking away from old people every day. Cortez, that don't sound, I should be walking away from people every day. Listen, if you are growing every day, I guarantee you everybody in your network is not growing every day. And what's stunting your growth is you trying to slow down so those people can keep up. Not how this thing is. That's not how this thing works. Give an example. I'm the father of 5 sons. My youngest sons, because they were in the house, in their grandmother's house, with all of their older cousins and their older brothers, my youngest sons both never took a first step walking. They took their first steps running. Because when you are around people who are running, moving, and shaking, you tend to do more moving and shaking yourself. And I remember being in my mother-in-law's house and my son, and we're trying to get him to walk, right? And you know what he saw? He saw a big brother run past the door. He saw a second big brother run past the door. He saw a third big brother run past the door. He saw a big cousin run past the door. He saw another big cousin run past the door. And you know what he did? He ran out the door after them. See, if my older sons and my older nieces and nephews were slowing down to try to help him walk, then he would have started out walking. But because they didn't slow down to wait for him to figure out how to put one foot in front of the other, they were doing their thing, he automatically picked it up. And he took his first steps running, not walking. Stop slowing down in your life for those other people that you know and love. I know you love them, but stop slowing down so they can keep up. You're actually crippling yourself and you're crippling them. You're actually crippling yourself and you're crippling them. Right? Some of you guys are trying to shrink down to fit into spaces that you've outgrown. My girl Nikisha Smith says it like this: the sun don't give a care who it blinds when it shines. I was called to shine. And if my shining is a little too bright for you, that's your fault. You need shades, not me. Some of us are shining bright, and because we're offending other people, we put on shades. No, I don't put on shades when I'm shining. They need to put on shades. I can't be concerned about who my ambition is ticking off. That's why I have to keep walking away from some people. Some people ain't ready to see me shine. So I have to walk into other rooms where people are shining brighter than me, because now they're not intimidated by my shine. Right. No shade. No shade. I'm shining, baby. No shade. Right. So be constantly meeting new people, introducing yourself to new people, and then, be constantly walking away from people who ain't quite ready yet, right? I'm not saying you have to turn them down. I'm not saying you have to dislike them. I'm just on the move. And if you want to be on the move with me, it's your job to do what you have to do to keep up. It's not my job to slow down to help you keep up. Does that make sense? Some of us, we feel it's our job to slow down to help others keep up. No, it's their job to drop some of their baggage so they can move faster, so they can keep up. We want to go back and help them with their bags. No, they might have to cut some of them bags loose so they can be more nimble, so they can keep up. That's their job, not our job. All right. Number 5, creativity. Number 5, creativity is a form of wealth. You don't believe me? Ask the founders of Uber if their creativity didn't translate and didn't become wealth. Say amen to the ambition comment. Yeah. My ambition will usually highlight the lack of ambition for others, and they become intimidated by that, and they want to hold you down, or that's when they want to backbite and talk about you. I just keep it moving, man. I just keep it moving. So your creativity is a form of wealth, right? Ask the founders of that doorbell company that Amazon just bought for $1 billion. Because they created some applications to allow you to manipulate your doorbell, and you can see who's at your door even when you're away from home through your cell phone and all that stuff. That's creative as heck, man. If you don't think your creativity is a form of wealth, then you've been living under a rock somewhere. Start unleashing your creativity. Here's the problem we have with creativity, though. And you're going to realize this when we get to our 10th form of wealth. But here's the problem that we're dealing with our creativity. We are so, some of us are in jobs and in situations and in positions in life where stress, where our situation ain't right, and our creativity is being stifled. Right? Our creativity is being stepped on, or sometimes we have all these wonderful thoughts, but life is beating us down. You got to figure out how to let some things go so that you can start to unleash your creative mind. Right? Your creativity, Dr. Kimbro says, every one of you will get at least 4 ideas every year for the rest of your life, that if you put all you have into any one of those 4 ideas, it will make you wealthy. Come on now. Let's prove that theory. Let's prove that theory. I want each of y'all listening right now, I want you to comment briefly in the chat. I had this idea, and then this company came out with it and made them a ton of money. I had this idea before this person invented this, and now they are, come on now. Every person, 4 ideas per year. Now, you get more than 4, but 4 of them would be multi-million dollar ideas if you were to throw yourself into them. Right? I remember when I was a kid living in Tupelo, Mississippi with my dad. And my dad, when he wore out his church shoes, what we of course we call all dress shoes church shoes, when he wore out his church shoes, he would cut the back of them out and make his own house shoes out of them. Because in the South, we had another whole house behind our house that we use for storage and stuff. So a regular store-bought house shoe wouldn't walk across the gravel and the rock road. So he figured he'd cut the back of his house shoe, his dress shoes, and create house shoes. 25 years later, what do we see? We see you can go into the store and buy tennis shoes, buy other dress shoes, buy all sorts of shoes with no back on them. The same way he was cutting his out. 25 years, 30 years ahead of his time. Right? If you think hard enough, you say, man, I had the idea. Right? Before Frito-Lay's started doing the munchies, right? Which is basically a bunch of chips mixed together. Come on, man. We've been mixing chips together in a brown paper bag at little parties with our friends, man. Put some of them hot fries in here. Put some of them red hot rippers in here. Put some of them sour cream in here. Man, put some pretzels in this thing, man, and shake it up. Put some Cheetos in this thing. 40 years later, here come Frito-Lay's with munchies. Like it's something brand new. Like it's, come on, man. We've been putting pickles and peppermint sticks and pickles and Kool-Aid and stuff. And now what you see at Walmart, Kool-Aid pickles, flavored pickles. Happens all the time, man. You start taking that creativity and putting your all into it, man. And some of those things will make you multi-millionaires. Right? Number 6, belief. You got to believe in yourself above all else, man. Above all else. I'm not going to get hammering this one too hard because I want to get through all 10 today because tomorrow is Free Business Coaching Fridays. So I don't want to go too deep. We can't make this a two-parter. This it's good stuff, but I don't want to make this a two-part. I want to get through it today. So belief, number 6. Your belief in yourself is a form of currency. Your belief in yourself is a form of wealth. You got to know that, man. The book I read says all things are possible for him, for they, for her that believe. It didn't say all things are possible for him who's got a wife that believes in him. It didn't say all things are possible for her who's got a husband that believes in them. It didn't say all things are possible for the man whose parents believed in him. It didn't say all things are possible who's for the woman whose brothers and sisters believe in her. Some of y'all better get this, man. Because your success, you're hinging on whether or not people around you believe in you. That ain't what the book says. Sammy says, I just got my pen. Please go back over the list. Okay, we'll recap the whole list. The book didn't say all things are possible for the one whose homeboys and homegirls believe in him. You need one person to believe in you for all things to be possible. And that's capital A, capital L, capital L. The one person you need to believe in you for all things to be possible is you. Stop waiting on your friends, your spouse, your children, your brothers and sisters, your homeboys, your homegirls, your pastors. Stop waiting on everybody else to believe in you to declare your freaking success. There's only one person required to believe in order for me to succeed, and that is me. Man, I just can't get nobody to support me in my business. Man, my own sister, my own brother won't even buy nothing from me. I don't need them. I need one person to believe in me in order for me to succeed. And that's me. That is a form of wealth. When you understand that right there, and you get your belief, you take your knowledge, you take your work ethic, you start creating your right connections, you mix in a little creativity, man. So we're on number 6. Number 1, first form of wealth is knowledge. Number 2, work habits. Number 3 is money and multiple streams of income. Number 4, contacts and network. Let me give them to you again. Number 1, first form of wealth is knowledge. Second form of wealth is your work habits. Third form of wealth is money and multiple streams of income. Fourth form of wealth is your contacts or your network. Fifth form of wealth is creativity. Sixth form of wealth is belief in yourself. Number 7, confidence and charisma. Confidence and charisma. And I was challenged with this for a long time, because for a long time I believed that you just have to be born with charisma. I just used to think that, I was like, man, that guy over there is so charismatic. He was born that way. He's just been blessed with charisma. You know where charisma comes from? Belief in yourself and confidence. When you say somebody is charismatic, all you're really saying is that person believes every word that's coming out of his or her mouth. That person is extremely confident, and they're so confident they're willing to mix and mingle with other people who I'm afraid to talk to. That's where your charisma comes from. So when I lacked charisma, what I really lacked was confidence and belief in myself. And all I had to do is start reading some books, going to some workshops and seminars, start taking personal growth and self-development very seriously, and my belief in me started to grow. I started to get with my spiritual center, right? And my belief in me started to grow. I started to believe what the Bible says I am, right? So whatever your scriptural, your spiritual text is, what does it say about you? I started to believe that, and all of a sudden, people start looking at me and say, man, Cortez, I wish I had that much charisma. I'm like, what charisma? I don't got no charisma. I wasn't born with charisma. But what is charisma? It is your confidence and belief in you and your own abilities. And you become so confident that you're willing to mix and mingle with other confident people. When you don't have confidence, you only mix and mingle with people who you have a greater self-esteem than. So what people tend to do is when they have low self-esteem, they have a low self-confidence, they go find people who have a self-confidence lower than theirs. So now they become the big fish in the little pond. Right? Yes, it's Dr. Dennis Kimbro changed my thinking in 1993, which I had the courage back then to push through. Well, you got it now, brother. You got it now. Number 7. This is a form of wealth that a lot of people miss. Number 7 is luck. Cortez, you lucky, man. You just found the right people to put on your team. Cortez, you lucky. You just found the right mentor. Cortez, you lucky. You just found the right opportunity. You right. I am lucky. But you know how I got lucky? I worked so hard that the right mentor found me. I worked so hard that the right opportunity found me. Yeah, I am lucky. What is luck? It's when hard work and opportunity collide. When preparation and opportunity collide, that's what luck is. Some of y'all ain't lucky because y'all not preparing yourselves. Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Some of y'all don't experience the luck that other people experience because you're not preparing yourself. See, I'm here in St. Louis, right? And 15 years ago or so, I guess 18 years ago or so, there's somebody that people are saying that was extremely lucky, and his name is Kurt Warner. Stocking shelves at the grocery store 1 week. Next week, he's the Rams' backup quarterback. Trent Green goes down to a season-ending knee injury. Kurt Warner steps in and created the greatest show on turf and won a Super Bowl and went to another one. And somebody say Kurt Warner was lucky. You don't get that lucky. Kurt Warner was prepared for his opportunity to collide with his preparation. And when he got his opportunity, he showed the world how prepared he was. Some of you ain't lucky because you're not preparing. This show that I do every morning, Tuesday through Friday, is preparation for me to be one of the greatest speakers that this planet will ever see. This show is preparing me to earn $50,000 to $100,000 per keynote as one of the greatest public speakers to ever do it. I'm preparing right now, y'all. I'm preparing right now. So when I get lucky and hit the stage with a Dr. Boyce Watkins, when I get lucky and hit the stage with a Dr. Dennis Kimbro, when I get lucky and hit the stage with a Les Brown or a Tony Robbins, people are going to say, Cortez, you so lucky. You got to get on the stage with Brian Bean. Cortez, you so lucky. You got to get on stage with Ivy Stokes. Cortez, you so lucky. I can't believe you did a keynote with Les Brown. I ain't lucky. I'm prepared. Because how many of you guys had opportunities show up in your life that you wasn't prepared for and you turned them down because you were scared to death? You had an STD when those opportunities came. You were scared to death. I ain't lucky. I'm prepared. Prepared. When preparation and opportunity collide, that's what people call luck. I ain't lucky. Prepared. Trust and believe. I will share a stage with Dr. Dennis Kimbro. And I'm going to say, Dr. Kimbro, in 2018, man, I did a morning live stream to my Facebook audience about your 10 forms of wealth. It was very well received. And I told them that day that you and I would share a stage, and they ain't believe me. That's why I record all of this stuff, man. So when it happens, how much more valuable will this episode of Talking Money in the Morning be when that happens? And I can come back and rewind and play it and say, hey, in 2018, he said he's going to share the stage with Dr. Dennis Kimbro. Bam. And now, right before Dr. Dennis Kimbro takes the stage, we're going to have H. Cortez, a financial health mentor, share with you. In 2018, he said he's going to share the stage with Dr. Boyce Watkins. And now at this year's All-Black National Convention, we have coming to the stage, H. Cortez, financial health mentor. It's not luck, it's preparation, y'all. Are you preparing for luck to happen to you? Number nine, energy energy, energy. I got a bunch of junk on my desk. I would pull out the book we studied last year, which is Are You Fired Up? Cortez, I don't get it, bro. At 7 in the morning, you just fired up. My wife said, Cortez, why are you in there hollering at them people? I ain't hollering. I'm just fired up. I'm just fired up. Tell me a successful person that you know in any walk of life that's not fired up. Tell me that. Tell me any successful person you know in any walk of life that's not perpetually fired up. Always on the move, always on the go, always got something going on. You can't sit them down. You can't talk to them for more than 2 minutes because somebody else is calling. Somebody else, they got it. Who do you know that is successful at any level that drags through life? You don't know none. You don't know none. Makes me think of what's the boy name out of Miami? Trick Daddy. You don't know now. You don't know now successful person that's not always fired up. You don't know now. In any walk of life, successful people are high energy people. Albert Einstein says there's only 2 types of energy: fast and slow, low and high. Are you a high energy person or are you a low energy person? Are you a fast energy person or are you a slow energy person? That's going to dictate your success. Successful people are always on the go. Can't talk to them for 2 minutes straight without being interrupted because they always got something going on, always on the move. It's a form of wealth you need to develop. That's why if you guys follow my wife's and I channel, Hustle in Love, we're doing something called the 21-day physical fitness challenge. So go over there and like that page, man. Hustle in Love, right? That is my show with my wife. Hustle in Love. We're doing something called a 21-day physical fitness challenge because you got to charge up your hustle, y'all. And you can't be charged up when you're out of shape. Stress of life is beating you down. One of the easiest and fastest ways to relieve stress is to go for a jog. Increase your heart rate for a good 15 minutes, right? Are you charging up your hustle? Are you physically fit? Are you prepared for the longevity of entrepreneurship? Are you fueling your hustle right? What are you eating, right? Now I'm getting into Body by Bazel's territory over here, right? But I told y'all I know a little bit about everything. So I know a little bit about what you should be doing, what you should not be doing. Why? Because I got to fuel my hustle. I got to energize my hustle. It pays me to know how to feed myself to optimize my skill sets. It pays me to know how to hug my wife every day to increase the oxytocin in my blood, which is a natural stress reliever. My children don't know why I hug them so much because, son, you stressed. Let me put my arm around you. I know that human connection releases the hormone called oxytocin in the blood. Oxytocin is a natural stress reliever. So every day I got to hug my wife really tight for about 8 or 9 seconds because I want that oxytocin to release in her blood, relieve her stress. I want that oxytocin to release in my blood to relieve my stress. See, I know a little bit about a lot of stuff, right? But it pays to know. What do we say? What's the first form of wealth? It's knowledge. It's knowledge. It's knowledge. Are you seeking out the knowledge? All right. 10th form of wealth. And I know we're over our time, y'all. It's a little bit after 8. I appreciate you hanging with. The 10th form of wealth is understanding how to choose the correct vehicle or vocation for you. The 10th form of wealth is choosing the right vocation, or I like to say the right vehicle, because I use this example all the time. I got a Pinto and I got a Ferrari. My destination is California. Both of those vehicles will get me there. One will get me there a little faster and a little bit more style, but both of them will get me to California. Yes or yes? Either vehicle I pick will get me to California. Once I get to California, the destination has changed. Now I'm trying to go to Hawaii. Will either one of those vehicles get me to Hawaii? Got to pick the right vocation. Got to pick the right vehicle for where you want your life's journey to take you. Got to pick your right vehicle and your right location, a right vocation for where you want your life's journey to take you. Are you even in the right vehicle? See, once I get to California in the Pinto, that's as far as that Pinto can take me towards getting me to Hawaii. Once I get to California in the Ferrari, that's as far as the Ferrari can take me towards getting me to my ultimate destination of Hawaii. At that point, I've got to switch vehicles. I need a boat, a plane, a helicopter, a slingshot, a vulture to come grab me by my shoulders or something. I need something that's going to get me over the water. Some of you guys, and I hope I don't offend you. I hope I can say this and we can still be friends. Some of you guys know deep down inside that the vehicle you are currently in has already taken you as far as it can take you. And the reason you're stagnant in life right now is because you are scared to death to change vehicles. I hope I'm allowed to say that and we still be friends. Some of you know deep down inside that the current vehicle that you are in right now has taken you as far as it can take you. But you're scared to death to switch vehicles because you don't want to go through that awkwardness. You don't want to go through that uncomfortable time frame that when you switch vehicles, you don't know the new vehicle like you know this vehicle. When I hear a certain sound in my car, I know whether or not I should be alarmed or whether or not that's just the sound that this car makes based on my history with this car. But if I switch vehicles, I've got to learn all of this stuff about this new vehicle. And I'm scared to death to switch vehicles because I become comfortable in the current vehicle, even though it can't take me where I need to go, even though it is taking me as far as it can take me. Anybody willing to admit right now that, Cortez, you're right? The vehicle I'm in has taken me as far as it can take me. Cortez, you're right. I'm scared to switch vehicles. See, the first thing that you have to do is you have to be willing to acknowledge where you are. This vehicle is taking me as far as it can take me, Cortez. I need to switch vehicles. But I'm scared. That's okay. Acknowledge where you are. You don't have to accept it, but you do have to acknowledge it. I'm scared to death, Cortez. I know that this vehicle is broke down. I've exhausted it. Matter of fact, it took me as far as it could take me 10 years ago, but I've been scared to let it go. I've been there, y'all. And see, and some of you guys think that I'm talking about the 9 to 5, and that could be the 9 to 5. But it doesn't have to be the 9 to 5 in general. It could just be that particular 9 to 5. You might need to seek a 9 to 5 that still gives you a regular income, but gives you more flexibility in terms of a work schedule so you can start building this other vehicle. See, some of you guys don't have another vehicle that you can jump into. You need to build it, but you can't build it because the vehicle you're in has got you trapped. So maybe it's a matter of changing jobs, changing career fields. Let me take a pay cut to do a less stressful job with more flexibility, and I will make up the difference in building this other vehicle that I will ultimately jump into after it's ready to go. See, I did that. On my job, they kept giving me promotions. I was trying to build my business. Then I'll build my business, then get it going a little bit. Then they give me a promotion. They give me more responsibility, more money. And because I'm thinking, oh, I'm making more money now, I can put this little side hustle down. And then I kill the momentum in my side hustle. Then I start working that new position for a little while. And then that entrepreneurial call starts tugging on me again. It's like, yeah, they gave you a little bit more money, a little bit more responsibility, but you ain't free. Then I pick my side hustle up again and I start working my side hustle. Then they give me another promotion when I get some momentum going in my side hustle. Then I put my side hustle down and kill that momentum. And then I start working that new position for a little while and like, okay. And then that entrepreneurial tug says, but you ain't free. Until one morning I went in and I sent my boss an email, said, deuces, it's been fun, but I will not kill my momentum in my business again because you want to give me another position. What if your job is the price you pay to kill your dreams? What if that salary on your job, sole purpose is to get you to commit entrepreneurial suicide and kill your dreams? I'm just saying. Every time, it never fails. I got my business going. Hey, Cortez, we're going to go ahead and make you supervisor. Hey, Cortez, we're going to help make you manager and let you manage this little team over here. Hey, Cortez, we got this position. It's a lateral move, but once you make this lateral move, you got some opportunities to advance. And in 12 months, I can see you being a manager and a supervisor over this thing. And my income kept going up on the job, and I was like, and I was this tug of war. And my entrepreneurial side kept saying, that's cool, Cortez. But the goal is freedom. You inching up a corporate ladder, but that ladder is laying against the wrong building, bro. Even if you got to the top of that ladder, Cortez, you won't be free. And I realized that sometimes there's deceptively good things happening in your life. They appear good and all fine and dandy. They appear that this is right for you. And sometimes, if y'all understand how good and evil work, evil is very deceptive. Put something in front of you that looks like a blessing, and in disguise, it's a curse. Most people would say, Cortez, you just got promoted again? What a blessing. Ain't no blessing, man. It's a curse. Because the goal is freedom. If I take on more responsibility, then I'm giving up more of my time. I'm required to put more time in. If I take the salary position, that means I got to work 80 hours and only get paid for 40. That's not a blessing. But when you don't know where you're going in the first place, when you don't have goals and directions in the first place, somebody can tell and sell you anything. So are you choosing the right vocation? That is a form of wealth. Is the fit for you in time, energy, and effort commitment? Is a fit for you in flexibility? Right? Is the fit right for you in compensation? Right? It's exactly where I am now. Work 50 hours to 60 hours, only paid for 40 because they hit you with that salary deal. Oh, we're not going to do you hourly. We're going to put you on a salary. And you're like, cool. So if I miss a day, my check don't change. But then Now you're working all these extra hours and you don't get no overtime. It's crazy, man. So are you in the right vocation? It says, could you repeat that? What if the price you pay? Repeat that. Yeah. What if the salary on your job is the price you pay to commit entrepreneurial suicide? You got a salary on the job. They're paying you, in essence, to give up your dreams. Because that's what a job does. Now, I'm not saying go quit your job. I'm saying you're being paid to give up your dreams and build someone else's. That's what you're really being paid to. You're being paid to build someone else's empire, which takes away from you building your own empire. Now, if you're smart, you say, hey, I know what I'm signing up for. I'm signing up to build someone's empire, but they're going to compensate me for that. They're not giving me near what I'm worth in terms of value. I know if they give me $60,000 a year, $70,000 a year, I know they're making at least 2 or 3 times that off my effort. That's cool. I got a roof to put over my head. I got to feed my children. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that $70,000. I'm going to live off 30 and I'm going to take the other 40 less taxes and I'm going to take that and use it to build my empire. Then I'm going to be able to walk from one empire to another, walk from their empire to my empire. Ain't nothing wrong with a job. Just know what you're signing up for. Nothing wrong with a job. Just know what you're signing up for. I'm signing up to delay my dreams while I'm building somebody else's. And sometimes we get caught up in building somebody else's so much to the point that we call that place of employment, right? Come on, let's be honest. We get so caught up in building their dream that we call that company, their company, we call that my company. My company does this for me. My job does that for me. Ain't nothing about that company or that job yours. Come on, let's go all the way there. We say my company. You don't own none of that company. Some of you don't even invest in the stocks of that company. You don't own none of that company. But you love saying my job, my company, my position. That's just where you work, man. So I want everybody to change their vernacular. When you start talking about your place of employment, that's what you call it. It's not my job because I don't own a job. That is where I work. It's not my company because I have no ownership in that company. That is the company who employs me. That is the company that I'm farming my services out so I can get some investment income to build my company. Y'all get it? All right, man. So I appreciate y'all allowing me to go a little bit over this morning. But I wanted to get all 10 of those in because I didn't want to do a 2-parter. Let me just recap the 10 for those who might want to write it down and still share the stream if you haven't already shared it. Number 1, knowledge is the first form of wealth. Number 2, work habits is the second form of wealth. Number 3, money and multiple streams of income is the third form of wealth. Number 4, your contacts or your network is the fourth form of wealth. Number 5, your creativity is the fifth form of wealth. Number 6, belief in yourself is a form of wealth. Number 7, confidence and charisma is another form of wealth. Number 8, luck is an actual form of wealth, but we discussed in detail how you get lucky. It's when preparation meets opportunity. Are you constantly preparing for luck to happen to you? Number 9, energy, man. Are you fired up about life in general? When you fired up about, man, listen, every day I wake up and do this, thank you, Lord. That's a brand new day for me to chase my dreams. And that's all God ever has to do for me. If he wakes me up, God, I got it from here. Thank you. I got it from here. Thank you. And I'm fired up about life every day my eyes open. And then number 10, make sure you choose the right vehicle or the right vocation, right? Anthony said, whoever has written those down, please send those to him. And I'll go back in, Anthony, after the show is over. If no one put them in the chat, I'll put them in the chat for you. So they'll be right there in the chat. So again, today's show is brought to you by the Generational Wealth Building Conference going down in Atlanta, GA. I will not be at that conference, but I will be in Atlanta, GA on Wednesday, April 18th. For those who want to come out and learn how we build wealth, I will teach you our strategies, and maybe you want to partner with us or some of my teammates in the Atlanta area. So go to wealth.joincorteznow.com to get your tickets for the Generational Wealth Building Conference. Also, pick up my books, man. Books.financialhealthmentor.com. You'll get both books. I'll mail them out right out to you. Then you will also get a free coaching call with me, and then you'll get a free subscription to Monetize My Life Academy. That's how I support the show. I'm getting new bells and whistles to continue to add to the show. That's how I'm able to expand into other shows as well. So that's how I support my wife and I's new show on KOVLradio.com, which is Hustle and Love. And then we're going to do a lot of stuff on our fan page and our YouTube channel for that show as well. But that's how you can support me. If you feel that I'm giving value to you, then you can do that stuff as well. And also the Black Wealth Movement, guys. If you don't have a wealth building game plan, $70 to start, $50 per month, we can help you build wealth from scratch. $70 to start, $50 per month. You will get your own business in the financial education space. You will learn how to minimize taxes, eliminate debt, fix your own credit, start investing. We got you covered. If you need a new money plan, then inbox me and let me send you over our wealth building overview and see if this is not a good fit for you. So I'm your man, H. Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the Black community, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur. Until I talk to you next time, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every one of you. Peace out, y'all.